Welcome again to another episode of Hiking San Diego. This morning I'm with Derek Loranger behind me, and we're going to do a hike out here in, where are we at?
We're in Mount Laguna.
Mount Laguna. This is Derek's 47th? 49th hike, peak up here on his adventure for 100 Peaks of San Diego. So stay tuned and let's have some fun.
"7 a.m. Mount Laguna. The weather forecast showed clear skies, the high of 72. The weather's looking pretty good. I'm looking forward to a good day." These cougar prints are a sobering reminder of what looms in the area. Be sure to keep an eye out while you're hiking and bring a whistle. A whistle will help scare away the danger and alert other people that you're in need of help. Derek and I continue to make our way towards the peak, although we did keep our eyes out for some sort of sign of mountain lion that might be lurking in the bushes next to us, stopping only every once in a while to take a look at the GPS. It wasn't too much longer after walking on the trail that Derek stopped to check his GPS again and said my favorite words: "We got a bushwhack." After having conversations with Derek, there's one thing I learned about him. When it comes to peak bagging, there's nothing that'll stop him. Derek will go off trail and bushwhack through thick groves of manzanita and rose bushes just to bag a peak. That's a spirit I admire in a hiker, and it's good to have as a hiking partner. It wasn't long after our easy walk through the brush that we were confronted with a huge wall of manzanita. Derek said there was no way to go around them, so we just cut through. An important thing to remember when bushwhacking through heavy brush, especially through manzanita, is to watch where you're stepping. You can break an ankle pretty easily and cause some serious problems for yourself, especially if you're miles away from help.
Pretty common problem up here in the Cuyamacas and Laguna Mountains, and some of the peaks less traveled don't necessarily have trails to the top, and they're just surrounded by manzanita and other bush, and you simply have to walk through thick bush to get there. And the payoff isn't a view, but the payoff is summiting it. So I'm going to skirt around the mountain a little bit more and see if we can get to the top. A little bit easier than going through this.
case you can't tell by now, Derek and I have gone off trail. Derek's a bit of an adventurist, and when he wants to get to a peak, he doesn't let anything stop him. Therefore, we bushwhack through manzanita and other dead logs that can be kind of dangerous out here if you're not watching what you're doing. Derek's like a tank though, he pretty much goes through anything out here. Nothing stops him. Which is nice to have every once in a while. Because when you go hiking with someone, you want someone who's gonna be as ambitious as you are, and vice versa. You want someone out there that's just gonna pussyfoot around stuff and make for a long, boring day. This is what it comes down to. This is what hiking's all about. The excitement, going off trail, and making your own path. With all the fun that bushwhacking comes with, every once in a while miscalculations can be made. We did some bushwhacking and we came across another trail. Essentially we just cut straight from one trail to the other. So it's not bad though, it's a lot of fun anyway.
So essentially we cut the road. Had we stayed on this path, we would have ended up right here and able to walk straight up to where we're headed. So that's what adventure's all about, is trying a path and seeing if it works. And now we know.
After our miscalculation, we finally reached the peak. Well, to me at first it didn't seem like it was the peak. And I remember what Derek said. When it comes to peak bagging, it's not always about the 360-degree view on top of some mountain. Sometimes it's just the journey up there. Once we thought we were sure we were on top of the peak, we began our search for the summit register. These are often waterproof containers that have pieces of paper with pencils for the hikers or peak baggers to record their dates and times in which they reach the peak. After a while, we gave up the search, and Derek decided to show me some of the peaks he had seen in the background.
We have Cuyamaca Peak. That is the second highest peak in San Diego County. And we go to Middle and then North Peak. And then there's some larger peaks in the distance. Hard to tell. I'm pretty sure the one on the right there is Toro Peak. And the one to the left, it could be getting up into San Jacinto Peak from here. And then beyond that could be San Gorgonio in the distance. But to the west of us we have Cuyamaca Rancho State Park. We're in Laguna Mountains, which is part of Cleveland National Forest. And it's a beautiful day today. We're on the top of Pine Mountain. I don't have the exact elevation with me, but I believe it's about 5,600 feet in elevation. From the actual high point itself, it's surrounded by trees, so you don't get a view, so we walked around this edge here. We got an excellent view of the area. It's a beautiful day.
As Derek and I began to make our way back down the hill, I began thinking about the peaks Derek had pointed out, and I realized he hadn't just memorized them from a map. He had left his footprints there, along with his blood, sweat, and tears. While shooting a shot at Derek, I looked up and saw a small can wedged between these rocks. I decided to climb up and claim my prize. I thought it might be a geocache. Turned out, it was an old juice can. It's important to remember that if you're going to take risks like these, you understand your limits. You don't want to pose a liability to yourself, and especially your hiking partner, when you're miles away from help. Derek and I ended our journey, but not without me leaving with a sense that I learned something today. Though I'm an experienced hiker, Derek has many more years than I do, and I feel that every time I hike with him, I learn something new. I look forward to hiking with Derek again soon, as I know it will be an adventure, I'm sure. Thanks for watching.